Hey YouTubers, Steven here. How's everybody doing today? Shout out to my new subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. I know I haven't been too diligent lately, you know, welcoming you to my channel. I kind of stumbled there. Anyways, today we're going to brew a Gruit. Emeladius, I'll put a link here to his channel. He did one as well, but he used some different herbs than what I've done. So I went to a local store, I picked up some yarrow. Okay, the only reason I bought it at the health food store, because it does grow naturally here in Nova Scotia, but it looks like poison hemlock, so I'm not going to take the chance. And we have some Labrador tea that grows wild here in the woods. And, well, I figured I'd go overboard. I've got sweet Gale, or bog myrtle, or Miraca Gale, whatever you want to call it. It has all kinds of different names. But the recipe that I'm using actually called for wild rosemary or marsh rosemary. They go under the two names. It's mostly found over in Asia, and Labrador tea is a replacement herb for this. Now, these herbs, wow, this has a sweet woody smell to it, and this has got a real piney smell, so it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. And of course, I got some grains. Now it's not very big because I'm just making a 1 gallon experimental batch. If I really like it, then I'll move up and I'll do a 5 gallon batch, and I'll do that video too because the ingredient amounts are going to be different, and it's going to be a slightly different process because today I'm just doing the brew in the bag. So you could probably hear my pot back here ticking and knocking, you know, as it's heating up. So let's get the water temperature up to where we need for our strike, and we'll go on. Alright, we've reached our steeping temperature of 75 degrees Celsius. We have our grains here, and we're going to put it in the pot. I'm going to try and lay it down here so we can get all of the grains steeping well. Try and push my bag down. This is the only problem with brewing such a small batch, is getting all the grains all in here with the water. Alright, now I've turned my stove down a bit, actually quite a bit, just so that I can try and maintain the temperature. There we go. Alright, take one final check here. Make sure we're on par. Now this is going to steep for 85 minutes, and then we'll come back. Alright, here we go. We're at the end of our steep. Get that in there, take my temperature gauge out. And the temperature held pretty good at just about 70 degrees Celsius, a couple degrees higher than what it should steep at, but that's okay. So let's pull our grains out of here. Ooh, mother, that is like super hot. So I'm just gonna set this down inside because I can. And I'm just going to sparge with a liter of water that I heated up to 70 degrees. So I'm going to let this drain here for a few minutes, and then we'll come back when I've got the boil going. Okay folks, we are back. We've got a rolling boil going now. I have 6 grams of yarrow. I have 6 grams of sweet Gale and 6 grams of Labrador tea. So that's our first hop addition. And this obviously was slightly wet. Just so I get my yarrow in there, I'm just adding a little bit of water to this. Well, all the grains smell really, really good. That's nice. I'll give this a little stir in here. And I'm going to start my timer. I said hop edition, didn't I? These aren't hops, these are herbs. My herb edition. Anyways. So we'll come back and when there's 10 minutes left of the boil. This is only a 30-minute boil, so it's fairly quick. And anyways, we'll be back. Alright, we're down to the last 10 minutes of our boil. At the 15-minute mark, I put a half of a Werflock tablet in, and I'm going to put the rest of the yarrow in. Now, the recipe that I got said to dry hop the rest of the sweet Gale and Labrador tea and yarrow, but I have concerns where the yarrow, or not the yarrow, the sweet Gale and everything is wild, and their leaves and they haven't been processed in any way other than I've rinsed them with water several times to make sure there's nothing on them. So I have some concerns, you know, if there's bacteria or wild yeast or anything on that. So I'm going to boil everything that I have left for 10 minutes. That's supposed to go in. It's another 6 grams of each. And after 10 minutes, we're going to cool this down and we'll get it in our carboy. Everybody, we back. Now, one thing I didn't do on camera, I checked the original gravity for this, or the specific gravity. No, I knew the recipe said it would come out around just over 10% alcohol ABV. I checked it. My starting gravity is 1.084, which puts me a little higher than that. So we'll have to see what my finished gravity is, and then I'll be able to really tell what the percentage is. So I've got my wort all cooled down, everything's sterilized, so let's fill her up. And hopefully I don't get too many of the leaves in there. I could put a filter in there, I guess. But some of it does want to need to dry hop. Glug, glug, glug. A little more. Oh, foaming up. Alright, not quite the 1 gallon mark. So what I'm going to do, since this is really super foamy, I'm just going to let this settle down a little bit. I have, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 cups left of wort left in here, so I'm going to let the foam calm down a little bit. I'm going to put the extra wort in, and then we're just going to pitch our yeast, and I'm using the Danstar Nottingham ale yeast, and we'll let this ferment out for, you know, a week to 10 days, and we'll see how things go. So stay tuned for the taste review. Alright everybody, we're back for the taste test review. Now, just to recap a little bit here. My starting gravity was 1084, or 1.084. My finishing gravity, this one kind of got me. I was thinking maybe it didn't ferment out all the way, but there may be some other stuff in there. It fermented out to 1034, 1.034, which actually works out to be 6.5%, which is pretty good. Now, this is about 6 weeks after bottling. I waited a couple of weeks, tried a bottle, wasn't carbonated. Waited a few more weeks, wasn't carbonated. So this is my third video for the taste test review, or third attempt. I don't know if this is carbonated or not. It's been 6 weeks. So, you know what? If it's not carbonated, then maybe I left it in the secondary too long, because there was still some sediment and whatnot. So, let's give it a try. Oh, this is carbonated. Did you hear that sip? Oh, yeah, baby. Let's give her a pour. Alright, look at that. And you know what? When I was looking at the videos just that I had filmed when I was making this to refresh it, I think this is the same color shirt that I had on. But look at that, just a one finger hit. You know, it's not too bad. It looks dark. It's really not, because the light is behind me, or in front of me, but behind the camera. But it does have a nice little caramelly, light brown taste. Listen to me. Oh heavens. Color. I'm just excited. It's carbonated. And you can really smell the maltiness, but there's some floral scents in there that that you don't get with hops. It can almost make out the sweet Gale, maybe a little bit of the Labrador tea. Mind you, if you smell, you know, these plants out in the wild, they have very, very strong smell, especially the Labrador tea. And I've even read online that Labrador tea, to some people, if they inhale the smell, it can induce headaches right away for some people. So keep that in mind if you ever find it. So anyways, let's give this a try. Oh wow. Do the flavors really come out from the sweet Gale and the Labrador tea? Could even be the yarrow. This is very different than a beer with hops. Like, I can't even describe it. I'm gonna have to give a bottle to Jake from Jake and Dar, get him to do a review, because I don't know, there's sweetness there, it's really malty, there's bitterness, but there's a couple of flavors really that I can't really identify, that just at the back of the tongue just really makes my mouth water. This is like delicious. I can't describe it. It's trying to find the words here. Alive. It's very lively, you know, like sometimes when you taste something and your mouth just becomes alive from the flavors. Well, this is it. This isn't like any beer that I've ever had or made. And I want to give a shout out to CQ, Big CQ. Love your videos, man. Wine cooler, my insane strawberry passion wine coolers. That video should be coming soon. I've actually just kind of been sitting on it. I haven't even bottled them yet, which I plan to do tomorrow. It's supposed to be raining. I don't work until the evening, but this is delicious. And I would love to know how this compares to the other Gruit recipes that I've seen. CQ actually had a beer on one of his videos. It was Heather Ale. I'm trying to think of the name of the company that made it now. Froch. F-R-O-C-H. Not sure if I spelled it right, but it's a commercially made Gruit over in Europe there. So I don't know how that, you know, tastes. Apparently they've been using the same recipe since way back when, but you know, I assume it's probably made with heather tips, being a heather ale maybe, but wow, it's very light, refreshing, I guess is a good word. Yeah, I can't think of any other words to describe it. I mean, light and refreshing is definitely there. Plus you've got some malt. No lacing for the most part, but hey. So, there you have it, YouTubers. It took quite a while to carbonate. 6 weeks. And it's a fine carbonation, but this is really good. I think I'm going to have to make a 5-gallon batch for this for sure. Because I really like it. It's not clear by any means. It definitely has chill haze. But all in all, I really like it. It's really different. And to be honest, I can't wait to have a couple bottles of this and actually see how the sweet Gale and the alcohol, you know, really affect me. Because if you do some read up on sweet Gale or America Gale or bog myrtle, the same plants are known for all of the different names. It says it has slight narcotic properties. What that exactly means, I'm not sure, but I know reading up on the Gruit ale made with sweet Gale, they said it was a very stupefying ale, that if you were drinking this, you got stupefied. So interesting. Might have to find out what the stupefying ale is truly like, eh? So cheers everybody. 17. Hope everyone's having a great day, and we will see you on the next video. Cheers. Oh wow, delicious.